Hi, my name is Anaisa Azcuy, and this is my Peace Center for Design 4. To develop a peace center where people from all kinds of religion can come together in community, we first had to do some research. We began our research by looking at known cities like Jaipur, Chandigarh, Harappa, Mohenjo-daro, Brasilia, and Savannah, Georgia, where we focused on the history, architecture, culture, and city planning of each area. We developed a context model for one of the cities, mine was for Brasilia, where we further expanded on how different spaces got used and their purpose for being arranged the way that they were within each city. We then got into religion research, where we looked at Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, Sikhism, and Buddhism in terms of architecture and concepts to learn the purpose of their buildings and what the buildings signified to each of them. We also looked into domes and how they have been applied not just to religious buildings for symbolism or decoration, but to buildings all around the world for legislative, sports, or even leisure purposes. Finally, we closed our research with Moshe Safdie's Peace Headquarters, where he created duality in the buildings by having large public spaces in the center, all facing curtain walls, and private spaces on the more outer areas of the building, each with separate entrances. With this research, we had a better idea of how a peace center could function for different circumstances via materiality and circulation. We then moved on to site, where we were asked to pick our own site for the Peace Center that would be accessible to anyone coming in from a farther location, as well as for nearby Indian reservations. With this in mind, I picked a site that was in front of 8th Street, a major road that connects to the Turnpike and 836, which are some of the main highways in Florida. This site is also at a short distance from the Miccosukee area, and the roads around the site have light traffic. It is not a very commercialized area, so it is also a quieter neighborhood, which I find to be important for the Peace Center as it will be a calm space. Moving on to my process sketches. After looking into religion, I found that one of the main points in common that each of the religions had was that in some way every religion was a journey into something. For example, in Hinduism, the belief is that you continue reincarnating until you reach nirvana, being the end goal of your path. And in Buddhism, the end goal is also nirvana, except in the middle of finding your path to ultimate enlightenment, you have to follow an eightfold path to slowly get rid of your desires. In Islam and Christianity, the ultimate goal is to enjoy eternal life in spirit form with God or Allah. Finally, for Sikhism, the end goal is to merge your soul to God's or reunite with Him. All of these goals or destinations that each religion wants to arrive at requires a path or journey. In a way, everyone coming together and joining in peace also requires a journey, as it will never be easy or just black and white. Like in religion, there will be moments of loss and sadness as well as moments of happiness and gains. Therefore, I derived my concept from this idea. I wanted the building I created to be a journey from a point on the outside where people came in separate to the center where they would all be coming into community. In my process model, you could see there are two separate sides where people will be coming in and both sides meet at the center. The idea is that both sides start out lower to the ground, and as people begin to reach the center, the building starts becoming increasingly taller and opens up more, signifying coming into clarity and peace with one another. The two sides alternate in terms of materiality and are separated into two sections. One starts out with concrete walls in the first section and leads into a larger curtain wall space. The other does the opposite. These paths are important because as people move around within the spaces, they are led into a large circular area that opens up to be a community space where people could connect and share interests, with language classrooms on the outside of the space that aid in helping others to have better communication. In the final renderings of my model, it becomes easier to see the difference between the spaces and where they lead people to. On the site, there is a cultural theater that adds to the experience of the Peace Center, with a view to a lake that is at its side, as well as a park space where people are able to sit down in nature and relax or meditate. The park area goes down a level, making it feel a bit more reclusive and serene.